afternoon, everyone. I understand, we do not have everyone here, but, a very good afternoon to each and everyone here. Thank you. And, so I represent a company which is Veeam Software, which is today, largely into data protection, leading the solutions with security and AI. And it's been about, the transition which we have seen in the space of data protection over the period of years, with DPPP Act coming in our country. I think data protection as a strategy has become a boardroom conversation. And what I plan to cover in next 15 minutes is just taking you through, narrating a story about how things have transformed, how Veeam as an organization are helping organizations become more resilient, and at the same time, how security and AI solutions are imbibed in our technology to give better experience to the customers. So just a quick background in terms of what we do, how Veeam stands at a global stage. We are a company which has a revenue of more than $1.75 billion US. At a global stage, we are present in more than 150 plus countries. If you look at in terms of all the top Fortune 500 customers, close to about 67% of the customers are Veeam customers today. If you look at in terms of how analysts have rated us, whether it is across any of the workloads, whether it is modern workloads, whether it is Kasten or normal backup solutions, I think we are leaders in this particular space at a global stage. Next is also a glimpse about what Veeam as an organization at a global stage is valued at. We got some seeded funding at the beginning of FY25, and today Veeam is valued at $15 billion US. In addition to that, we have investments from Microsoft. We are very truly partnered with Microsoft. We have our SaaS offering called Veeam Data Cloud, which is built on Azure platform, and that should give you confidence that you are partnering with one of the companies which is very sound in terms of Wall Street acceptance, as well as in terms of our GTM strategy and leading the space with SaaS as well as in enterprise space. If you look at in terms of market share, I think, about 7-8 years back, we never used to be categorized in the space of top leaderships. We were always in the stage of others. Very proudly, very happy to share that today we are leaders in the data protection stage, not at a global stage, but here in India as well. And it's precisely because of the partners like you who are helping us reach to that space, that scale, and building that momentum. So if you look at in terms of the latest IDC report, Veeam has been carved out as the leader in the data protection space, and I think a very promising chapter, very promising momentum which we are building here in India. But is it just this at a global stage? At the same time, if you look at a lens at India, I think India business has been going at a CAGR of more than 65% year on year. We are helping customers protect their data in more than 8,000 plus customers. We acquire, we have been building a momentum wherein we have more than 220 plus net new customers which we acquire almost every quarter. Whether we are present in enterprise, whether we are present in commercial SMB or the CSP business model, our growth is more than 100%, almost 100% in each of the segments. These are the numbers, but if you look at in terms of the logos which we represent, I think across segments, IT, ITS, government, FSI, all the put together, you will find the top logos which are present there today in this particular, the solutions which are being accepted by the organizations. Whether it is BFSI, whether it is government, IT, ITS, education, all these customer segments, we are leading. We are a trusted provider for all the leading banks, whether it is in government or PSU in terms of defense labs or in terms of the crime bureau records, Indian Coastal Guards. Top customers are, top organizations are our customers today. This is in terms of what we are doing at a place with the customers, but is it all what we are doing? Probably no. We are also driving our engagement at a much different scale. We are collaborating with Government of India, with MITI in terms of navigating how we could become part of, policies which are driven by government, the DPPP Act which has become a law today, how Veeam and how our solutions are helping organizations become more resilient. So over a period of time, we have our own R&D center. Veeam globally has invested here in India. We have an R&D center at Bangalore and Pune. We have people who are working day and night, building solutions, evolving products. We are also tying up with various institutes and universities in India, helping get to a place where it's not just about taking solutions to the customers, but at the same time, we are bridging the gap between what is expected from a customer perspective and what solutions we drive. We are trying to build engineers who are modified, who are, who are certified in data protection strategy, who knows how to engineer, how to develop R&D solutions on this particular space. We are also driving, a lot of scholarships in partnership with industry experts as well as some, lot many of government initiatives. Customers we are addressing, we are into the place where we are building policies, helping, collaborating with Government of India to build those policies. To build that strong ecosystem, we are in a mission to make Bharat a Surakshit Bharat. We are in a mission to support our Prime Minister Modi's 2047 of a Saksham Bharat by making a Surakshit Bharat. So that is the mission which we are in, and we have our solutions which are building, resonating around this particular mission. If you look at in terms of how DPPP Act has, and various other things, how data protection is becoming very relevant today, we have a report. I'm sure you can scan this report and get, I won't go into these details. But if you look at in terms of the ransomware trends, I think ransomware trends, as the bad actors are evolving, as we are evolving using AI, I think the bad actors are also evolving using AI to build, become more tech savvy in attacking the databases. They are also attacking not just the data, but they are also attacking the copy where we are kept, the backup data itself, and I think that is the time where we are trying to build solutions. We are trying to see how organizations can become more resilient. This report precisely states that close to about 69% of the organizations have been attacked in 2024 by ransomware, and almost only about 13 to 14% of the organizations were able to retrieve their data. So the loss which is getting inculcated in ransomware attack is massive. So would request you to please go through this report. It's a very insight and detailed report. Now if you look at in terms of what we are trying to do, we are building solutions to make organizations more resilient, because of the reports, because of the various kinds of investigation reports which we have built up. We are building a solution around it which is more robust, more customer centric. And how are we doing it? We are doing it with all the partners. When we say partners, I think it's not just a tagline, it's a mantra which we live in. I think this is a great platform where we have all the resellers, all the partners with whom we collaborate. We do 100% business through partner ecosystem. It's not something which we do directly. So your intelligence, your support in building this ecosystem has been huge. And if you look at in terms of whether it is something which is built alone, probably no. We have a strong ecosystem of partners. We have a strong ecosystem of alliance ecosystem. We have integrations not just with the top storage vendors, not the hyperscalers, but also along with the security vendors. I'm sure you would have heard news that we have recently acquired a company called Security.ai for about $1.72 billion US. That's probably the the amount of revenues which some of the other players do, and that's the price which we paid to acquire this company. This actually speaks about our journey, our mission to make our solutions how tech savvy and how security and AI enabled. And not just here, but also if you look at in our integrations with Palo Alto, CrowdStrike, I think we have not just engineering integrations, but also a strong GTM which we run with them. So any customers which you want to address, any turnkey projects which you have, I think we have a good, strong ecosystem in place to take it to the customers for defining those solutions. Just a brief about what precisely are our solutions. Next couple of slides are largely on our solutions. I think Veeam data platform, what we call, is being built on 5 pillars. One is about data backup. We ensure that whatever data is there, we are backing it up. It's completely secure. At the same time, we have data recovery as the second player, where we ensure the cost of recovery is most optimized. I think cost of recovery, customers have come back to us and stating that this is the biggest differentiator for us. So I would encourage, we speak about that. Third is about the data portability. Today we have complex data environments, we have complex data centers, and in that particular space, it's important that we are giving that option to the customers to do portability of the data between different hypervisors, or whether it is between different cloud solutions. and that is precisely what helps, what we are able to do with data portability. Data security, as I said, I think it's one of the core pillars for us, and data artificial intelligence, because I think we are using that in every solution of ours to so that the customers get a better experience. That is the Veeam data platform, which we probably include in each of our solutions addressing each of the workloads. Now, this is about the recent launch. We launched our Veeam data platform version 13.0. It's completely built on a Linux environment. So today, if you look at it in terms of the hypervisors, I think we address more than about 7 hypervisors, even in addition to the HP's VME Essentials. That is also natively supported by us. If you look at it in terms of the databases, we have almost all the databases which is getting addressed today. We address more than 160 plus workloads in any data center platform. If you look at it in terms of the SaaS offering, I think Veeam Data Cloud, it's a late entrant. We are a late entrant in a SaaS space, but I think it's one of the most fastest growing product line for us, not just at a global stage, but also in India. And the workloads which we are addressing on a SaaS platform, it's across the spectrum. It is across the complete M365, even if it is across Salesforce, Entra ID, Kasten, and even the VDP. The main product which is there, I think, in beginning of FY26, it would become, it will get consumed as a service. So we have a complete SaaS offering. We give choice to the customers whether they want to use the licenses on-prem or they want to use the licenses as a service. And self-managed ecosystem, or whether as a service, we have Veeam Data Cloud. For the very first time, we are also selling storage as a service. If you look at it in terms of overall solutions, overall workloads, I think we have Veeam VDC Vault, which is precisely a storage which is there on Azure Blob. Any customer can use it to put one of their copies as a DR, or that can be used even as a target device or a secondary device, right? As a secondary copy, it can be used there. So VDC Vault is a product line which is wherein we are selling storage as a service in addition to the workloads which is there. So precisely Veeam Data Cloud, if you look at it in terms of what's there on the screen, it's covering across all the platforms, all imbibing around the 5 pillars which we spoke about. And these are the workloads which are getting protected today. Even the Kasten workloads are there as part of the overall solution. So as I said, many customers have container workloads, and one of the reports of IDC states that only about 25% of the workloads are getting protected. So it's another gray area wherein we have solutions which is there, whether it is on EKS or whether it is on AKS or whether it's on-prem. We have a product called Veeam Kasten, which is there to address workloads which are existing, on a container workloads, and we have an opportunity to protect those container workloads through Veeam Kasten. Second is, this is about a service which I would like to speak. We recently acquired, maybe in 2024, we acquired a company called Covare. It's an incident response service wherein we ensure and we help customers do negotiation. This is a service wherein we provide support to the customer organizations to negotiate with the bad actors, and we also do pre-incident and post-incident workshops or incident services we provide to the customers for helping them to understand how resilient their organizations are in terms of any kind of bad actor. So Veeam Cybersecure is kind of a service which is being given to any set of customers across, and they are using it. We have customers here in India today, which is helping customers, organizations become more resilient. We have, with certain TNCs, we give a $5 million warranty as well, that any kind of ransomware attack which happens, it is there to be supported. Other important thing is about, if you look at in terms of the number of organizations which are either resilient, many organizations feel, they are prepared, but there was a survey which happened wherein we understood that about 74% of the organizations aren't prepared for any kind of modern data risk. And that precisely helped us to come out with a technology, I would not say a technology, it's kind of a workshop which we call as Data Resiliency Maturity Model. It's not something which is built by us, it's built by, collaborating with McKinsey, in collaboration with Manchester University, in collaboration with other tech partners, wherein we do a workshop for large enterprise customers and help them understand whether their organizations are resilient enough in kind of any ransomware attack. So Veeam Cybersecure and DRMM are something wherein we are making security and AI features enabled in our product line and taking it to our customers. These are business-driven outcome conversations which we are driving, and it is helping us drive that discussions even at the boardrooms, because it is directly related to the business outcomes of the customer organizations. So as I said, it's about the various features which we have in DRMM. But lastly, I would like you to remember, 5 takeaways which are very important. We have Veeam Data Platform and Kasten, which is precisely a solution for backup restoration, which is there to address any kind of workload, whether it is on-prem, virtual, cloud, physical, containers. We have a SaaS offering which is called Veeam Data Cloud, which is completely all the workloads are addressable at a SaaS platform. We have one service which is Veeam Cyber Secure. We have DRMM Workshop which is available for customers to utilize. And lastly, please remember, all this is completely security and AI enabled. So we have our solutions, which is whether it is VDC, whether it is Kasten, VDP, everything enabled with security and AI. And these are the solutions which are helping customers make their organizations more resilient against any kind of bad actors. So this is all. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time. And I'm looking forward to network and speak about any of the solutions you have. Thank you once again.